I simply grinned and remained silent. But when she returned from her getaway weekend, her access failed, and the neighbor explained precisely the reason. My partner, Jessica, and I hold a core difference on the essence of existence. I hold that if you reside in another's residence, consume their meals, and connect via their internet, you form a team. Jessica views herself as a stellar entity, and me as a minor, negligible orb trapped in her orbital force. We've shared 2 years, and for the past half, she's occupied my dwelling. My signature is on the loan, my signature on the invoices, and my signature on the small sign near the entrance reading the Wilsons, which she purchased unprompted and now appears excessively hopeful. I'm a relaxed individual. I enjoy my serene routine. I operate remotely as a visual creator. I maintain a few solid companions, and my notion of an exciting Friday evening involves sampling a fresh frozen pie variety. Jessica differs greatly. Her existence is a spectacle, and her spectators are her trio of closest allies. A giggling ensemble I mentally dubbed the Furies. Their identities are Tiffany, Brittany, and the remaining ones label. We'll term her Merlot. The conflict surfaced last weekend. I was preparing supper, and Jessica glided into the cooking area, device glued to her ear, already attired for departure. She was engaged in a boisterous unilateral discussion with the Furies. Absolutely. Count me in, she declared into the receiver. A weekend escape is precisely required. No, he's staying behind. Absurd suggestion. She disconnected and faced me, radiating, wonderful update. The ladies and I are heading to the lake for the weekend. Departing tomorrow. This marked my initial awareness. All right, I responded, mixing the noodle topping. Appears enjoyable. Which lake specifically? It was a basic, practical inquiry. An inquiry a typical individual and a typical bond might pose. Jessica, however, regarded me as though I'd requested a breakdown of particle theory in classical Latin. She emitted a brief, piercing chuckle and shifted to her ally Tiffany, who had just entered. Unbelievable, Jessica remarked, eye-rolling. He seeks details on my destination. Tiffany snorted, scanning me like discarded decor. Jessica then pivoted to me, placed palms on waist, and issued the phrase destined to resonate through time, or at minimum my near term. Cease pretending we're wed. You lack input on my locations or companions. The Furies fully gathered in my cooking space by then, erupted in It was a chorus of scorn. They truly deemed this comedic pinnacle, a male, in his personal abode, informed he possesses no authority to query a basic fact about his cohabiting partner's intentions. Side-splitting. I merely remained, gripping a timber utensil with noodle topping spilling to the ground, and avoided anger, avoided debate. An odd, serene tranquility enveloped me. The segment of my mind striving to sustain this bond simply gathered its miniature luggage, donned a miniature cap, and silently exited. I regarded her arrogant, grinning countenance and merely reciprocated the grin. A wide, amiable, utterly vacant grin. You know, I stated, tone brimming with joyful consent. You are entirely accurate. My error. They chuckled anew, assuming submission. Jessica offered a patronizing tap on my face. Then they all exited the residence toward some pre-escape beverage gathering. I lingered in the cooking area momentarily. Quiet interrupted solely by the simmering noodle topping. All right, I muttered to myself. A fresh, far more engaging strategy emerging. Not wed, no input understood. The weekend would prove entertaining regardless. Simply not for her. First update, the instant Jessica's vehicle, likely loaded with various shimmer types and a crate of pink wine, vanished along the road Friday afternoon. I activated. My opening action wasn't organizing or sanitizing. It was a task of tactical significance. I proceeded next door to Mrs. Gable's residence. Mrs. Gable is an 80-year-old lone lady with a gentle expression, award-earning flower beds, and a monitoring system rivaling intelligence agencies. No event occurs on our block without her awareness. I carried her a portion of the citrus cake she favors and joined her on the veranda. Mrs. Gable, I said, post-discussing climate and the ethical lapses of local rodents, I face a predicament requiring your aid. It entails minor performance. Her gaze sparkled. The lady adores theatrics beyond her blooms. I detailed the occurrence. I quoted Jessica's precise phrasing. Cease pretending we're wed. No need for exaggeration. Raw facts sufficed for condemnation. Upon completion, Mrs. Gable patted my palm with justified indignation. That brazen young flirt, she proclaimed. Fret not, Tom. And trust to me. My dialogue. I provided a straightforward script. Upon Jessica's return and inevitable exclusion, she would feign bewilderment and convey select facts. Mrs. Gable embraced the role with veteran performer's zeal for premiere. With ally enlisted, I returned to initiate what I termed Operation Solo Haven Revival. My dwelling, for the prior half year, had become an ocean of neutral cushions, useless tiny containers holding zilch artwork resembling a device ink depletion midprint. Asterisk time to reclaim domain. I didn't merely box Jessica's items. I organized them. Asterisk I acquired numerous cartons and a bold dark pen. Initial carton labeled daily attire. Second, elegant outfits for exclusive events I was excluded from. Asterisk third, and favored, enchanted shiny gowns that deposit sparkle on all my possessions. Her 37 near-identical elevated footwear entered a carton marked foot specialist horror. Her pile of cosmetics and care items packed into cartons labeled color applications and assorted lotions. Asterisk by Saturday dawn, all signs of her material presence were contained. I engaged a pair of movers via an application and transported all to a 10 by 15 foot rental space, covered 1 month. Asterisk a kind non-wedded courtesy, I considered. With residence purged of her objects, true enjoyment commenced. I embarked on a purchasing spree. Asterisk I furled the neutral carpet and substituted with a synthetic grass mat mimicking a sports arena. I listed her plain pale seating online and acquired a massive dark hide lounger with roughly 16 beverage rests. Her dreary, sparse surface tables swapped for a retro arcade game discovered on a classified site. Asterisk it malfunctioned, but illuminated, and that sufficed. The sleeping area followed. I removed the odd woven hanging over the bed and installed a mounted image of a fierce bear seizing a fish mid-leap. Asterisk it suited. My ultimate genius action occurred Saturday afternoon. I visited the local pet rescue merely to browse. Asterisk an hour later, returned with a 120-pound St. Bernard pup named Gus. Gus was no petite canine. He was a shaggy, slobbering, affectionate chaos agent. Asterisk he promptly designated the fresh hide lounger his and dozed, rumbling like a woodcutter. The dwelling met him, no longer a display for dreary neutral existence. Asterisk it became a bastion of splendid unrepentant single. I passed the remaining weekend tossing items for Gus, sipping ale directly in my lounge area, and updating all access codes. The fresh internet label was secure your own connection and code was not wed. Asterisk Sunday dusk. I reclined on my 16-rest lounger with Gus's enormous skull on my thighs and anticipated. The turmoil approached, and for the first occasion in ages, I felt wholly, completely ready. Asterisk second update. Sunday night, near 9 p.m. My entry camera alerted my device. There she appeared. Jessica, sun-kissed from Lake Weekend, approached my entrance, whistling. Asterisk, the hilarity initiated swiftly. She inserted her key. It entered the mechanism but failed to rotate. Asterisk, the fresh secure lock installed that morning performed. She rattled it, mild irritation evident. Attempted again. Asterisk then exhaled frustratedly and pounded the barrier. From the lounger, Gus raised his huge skull, emitted a profound vibrating bark, and resumed slumber. Jessica dialed my device. Asterisk, I observed it, shake on the arcade game, sipped my ale calmly, and rejected. She dialed anew, rejected. Asterisk, this loop recurred fivefold. Pounding intensified. Tom, unlocked. Asterisk, what's your problem? My key fails. I stayed mute. All scripted. Asterisk, post another 5 minutes of escalating desperate thumps. She appeared to surrender. The camera displayed her striding the veranda, fingers in hair. Then, perfectly timed, adjacent veranda, illumination activated. Mrs. Gable in robe, clutching a hydration vessel, curtains up. Oh, Jessica, dear you. Mrs. Gable summoned tone ideal mix of astonishment and worry. Asterisk Mrs. Gable, thankfully, Jessica replied, hurrying to porch edge. Can't enter, key ineffective. Asterisk Tom inside, lights visible. Oh, Tom's inside, Mrs. Gable affirmed, wise nod. Enjoyed, splendid weekend. Asterisk genuine overhaul. Overhaul, meaning, well, shared the joyful tidings, Mrs. Gable said, leaning it stated you aren't wed. Asterisk lacks input on your actions. Thus, celebrated fresh liberty. Redecorated entirely. Asterisk man's domain now. Rugged, he claimed. Jessica gaped, lips parted, and highlight. Mrs. Gable proceeded, glee barely masked. Asterisk acquired a canine, massive, stunning lad named Gus. Desired loyal companion sans retorts. Charming Jessica's expression masterful shock and dread. Asterisk she gradually pivoted and gazed through lounge pane. From my lounger spot, saw her face against glass, eyes expanded absorbing view. Asterisk sports mat, arcade game, enormous rumbling St. Bernard in her former lounger spot. She produced noise between wail and weep. She extracted device and messaged furiously. Asterisk my device illuminated with epic furious uppercase notes. Then I replied, sent one basic message. Asterisk you instructed cease wed pretense. You stated no input. Consent. Asterisk my dwelling. You lack input on my habitation. As not wed, relocated your non-wed items to safe spot. Location 123 Storage Lane, Unit 42. Asterisk code 1234. 1 month, enjoy existence. Asterisk blocked her contact. Camera showed text review. Glanced device. Asterisk glanced pain. Glanced device. Then unleashed pure fury scream and hurled device to grass. Asterisk, truly epic collapse. She raved another 10 minutes before Tiffany Fury collected her. Next day, anticipated online assault launched. Asterisk, vague entries on betrayal. Males enabled strong autonomous females, pitiful but retained one final play. Asterisk, ultimate update. Online theatrics, foreseeable, yet dull. Jessica and Fury's shared clips with melancholic tunes, on self-value and removing harmful vibes. So standard, nearly comical. Asterisk, attempted villainize me, but template-based. Permitted 2 days, then supplied vital background. Asterisk, avoided direct interaction. Instead, posted on personal restricted online page, mutual contacts only. Photo collection. Asterisk, initial image lounge month prior. Dreary, neutral seating, useless containers, overall clinic wait area vibe. Label, prior. Asterisk, second image current lounge. Magnificent hide lounger. Sports mat. Luminous arcade. Gus St. Bernard sprawled regally. Label, current. Asterisk, final image. Me and Gus lounger selfie. Both radiantly content. Label simple. Chose redecorate per updated bond status. Asterisk, informed not wed. No input. Embracing liberty. Tag single haven. Canine navigator. No input no remain. Post explosive. Asterisk, pure pettiness plus Gus adorableness victorious. My contacts deemed amusing. Tale with context. Viral. Asterisk, initial Jessica sympathizers viewed complete image. Narrative shifted. Deranged partner vixed. 2. Partner declares bond jest. Stunned belief. Asterisk, Jessica allies muted. Victim tale tough with antagonist sharing charming huge canine images. Jessica fallout severe. Asterisk, state Tiffany, under week. Tiffany wearied complaints, non-rent contribution. Relocated parents 3 hours distant. Asterisk, pursued me legally. Received attorney note demanding dwelling access, wrongfully retained items. Compensation, homelessness. My attorney replied, mortgage proof, lease my name, sole. Courteous query Jessica, repaying 6 months accommodation. Services, nourishment consumed home as non-wed no duties. Asterisk, no further attorney contact. The amusing aspect month passed. Dog park with Gus. Asterisk, he pursued ball joyfully. I conversed another owner. Female approached cautiously. Chardonnay third fury. Asterisk, appeared uneasy. Hey Tom, she said. Wanted apologize. Asterisk, that evening your place overstepped. I shrugged. Jessica uttered. Asterisk, accepted literally. Yeah, where? Head shake. She's intense. Asterisk, rang last week. Griping parents job mandate. Blamed you, life ruin. Paused. I'd gusset tempting 3 balls mouth frankly seemed thriving. Correct. Thriving dwelling no beige cage. My sanctuary. Arcade non-functional. Fine discussion starter. Asterisk, Gus finest cohabitant ever. Devoted, humorous, never gripes, meals, valuable insight gained. Asterisk, occasionally optimal retaliation isn't elaborate plot, merely heed words and trust. Jessica revealed precisely identity and bond significance. Merely concurred. Stated no input. Now her existence, truly none. Asterisk, my existence, hers none either. That, plus massive slobbering canine, quite joyful conclusion.